and then you're pulling in, you're using your Achilles tendon now, not the way it's normally up and down, but the only way you can recruit that, because that's a swing or a flexor muscle, you're pulling it in and you're trying to engage it in the back. So if you feel the back, that's still tight because you've been able to torque it. You can only get tension either by pulling it up straight or torquing it in. That's the only way you can get tension. And then the question is, well, if I do this, how about these other muscles? So in this stance, you're getting almost everything recruited as much as you can. That's always why I felt we always stand this way, that people don't understand, because you can recruit more muscle groups to contract at the same time. There's no other position that will do that, and that's unique to us. So people kick into our legs and they go like this.
They hurt themselves.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've noticed when I do it like that is my knees they don't get hurt. They relax more. They don't feel like they're getting twisted at the knee joint.
Because it's so important to bend. Now, you see some people that start out, they're straight up, and they try and do this, and they hurt their knees. Because what you're doing is taking the femoral head and rotating over the tibial condyle. Because it's straight up and it's just doing this. If you bend it in, you can't do that. Because you're putting it right into the femoral head this way into the groove that it has. So it locks it into that position. If you do it this way, you're going to hurt yourself. So the position getting in is critical to be able to develop the tension up. If you're in the wrong foot position, you can't get that tension. And you can always see that with beginning students. They're like this, or they're straight up, or because they can't feel this yet. So I always used to, when I was in Michigan with Bill Keith and Alan Horton and those group, we used to always try, and we started for 3 months, all we did is walk. You lose a lot of students in 3 months. No board breaking or nothing. But that's the foundation. If you don't have foundation, you don't have anything. Especially in this style. Korean style, not so important because they're all over the place. But this, you got to develop. If you don't have this, you can't get this. Because it's like setting the foundation of energy. As this comes together, then this can come together. And then you become a unit. So when you get tested, whether it's here, or wherever it is, you are one position. That's the only way you can develop the dynamic tension, by pulling up from the floor, recruiting the floor for your strength, and then getting everything else into position. So you can't be this way, you can't be back like this, because you can never get your arms together. So this is why you got to open up. You say open up your chest, and then keep working this way. And when everybody starts, they're always like this, right?
I've got a question for Peggy. Yesterday I saw you working with Sam and a couple of others having to do with eyes and the mouth. And you were tipping them over.
Yeah, because people stand like this and you're up there, one finger's going to come. But if you're down here, you got all these muscles, the whole body is going to. But as soon as you move down, I can be in Sanchin and look up here, my eyes up here, that's where I'm going. That's why you want to look 90 degrees straight into your own eyes. You know what I mean? Because when I put a little foot on my forehead, people like this, good, now push. Hey, push me. That's what's going to happen. Keep pushing. But when I do this, now he's going to push me, and I'm locked in with my whole body.
See how her neck is? It's not extended this way because you can't get any strength this way.
Now,
that's why I think eyes are so important.
And then part of what you were saying had to do with the mouth being open or closed.
No, you're not supposed to keep your mouth closed. You don't keep it. I tell people that breathing is natural. It's as long as I tell people don't worry about breathing, worry about exhale. Because if you exhale, you create a different atmospheric pressure from outside to inside. Right now, we have the same atmospheric pressure inside as outside. So we don't have to think about breathing. It's a constant. It's like a parasympathetic function. As soon as I hold my breath, I start to change the pressure in my side, inside and outside. Before you know it, I'm starting to blow up. And you have to do this because air comes rushing in like a floodgate. But as long as you keep your mouth open and exhale, don't hold your breath, the breath will automatically flow in because air is like water. It seeks its own level.
And in katas all the time, you see these people that rush through and they don't breathe.
Yeah, and by the time you're through
so there's a point where you come to certain positions and you take that breath and then you go through. But if you're not breathing, because your muscles start to build up a lactic acid, and that's where you get so tight at the end of your katas, you can't get any natural movement because you're not breathing. Now you can breathe, that's where you're tight and you can still breathe. You're just not chest breathing or abdominal breathing. So when you go through your katas, you need to breathe through that. And then there's certain points, you don't go all the way through it. There's points where you stop and you show the position, you take your breath, and you concentrate, you refocus, and then you go through it. That's what makes the kata look nice. And you see these people that
like people do this.
Yeah.
Instead of,
it's like a race.
3. Take a second, right there. Take a second.
Because if you have good technique, you'll never see it in there. Because it's... Breathe. Go through it. So, because if it's all a race, say, well, I guess they know all the movements, but they don't understand the movements. And then so you have to decide what a good movement, and that's where the instruction comes in. You say, because I used to always try and go slower than everybody else, but also when you do that, you start thinking a little bit more of each movement. Because you get in, sometimes you get in and you're going too quickly because you're trying to keep up with everybody else. That's a bad thing about group practice, because you got somebody racing through and you don't want to be the last person. But it doesn't matter because it's your training, it's not their training.
But that attitude comes with confidence and years of experience, because most people don't have, and that's very true. Everyone's worried about being the last one. When I've found, I don't care who's around, but once you put enough time in the floor, you're confident about yourself. This is my karate. Let them go fly what they want to do. I'm doing my kata, and I'm not going to let them push me or get me any faster or even slower than I normally would.
Because you have an objective to what you're trying to do or what you're trying to work on. They don't understand that yet. They're just still going through. It's the intermediate phase. The first phase,